So people go through all this and are still thankful. Like, look at my life. It's not like I don't go through things, but I complain too much. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Victorious Living with Juliet. You're highly welcome to my channel. I'm super duper excited to be filming this video because I'm gonna be sharing with you an encounter that I had that changed my life completely. And I strongly believe that it's going to change your mindset and prepare you to launch into 2024 with a victorious outlook to life. So, in case you haven't seen my introductory video, I work as a nurse by profession. In fact, I have spent the last 13 years of my life caring for people who are sick or semi-sick or not so well, to put it like that. But this particular day, I went to work in the hospital. I was very punctual. So I had the time to even sit down, grab a cup of tea, chillax, while waiting for the other nurses to come and for handover to begin. Of course, they did come and handover began, and it was going well. It was going well until we got to a particular room. And then there was this long pause. Everybody's countenance fell. And then I began to hear, "Oh, poor woman. Oh, poor thing. Oh, so sad. God love her." That wasn't my main word, so I didn't know this patient. I didn't know the stories. So I chilled for the story to unfold. And then the story actually unfolded. And it was so pathetic. Like you would nearly drop tears if you're an emotional person. It was such a sad story. So this patient was a very gorgeous gentleman in his mid-30s. Ideally, if all things were equal, this man is supposed to have gained his independence or should have even started his own family. But unfortunately, he was still under the care of his mommy. So this gentleman was a medical student who in his fifth year had a fatal accident that was not his fault at all. And his life has never remained the same. Because when I met him, in the past 1 year, he has been hospitalized 4 times. Like it's not like come today, go tomorrow. Like hospitalization that you stay for like 1 month in the hospital. He has had 4 major surgeries, and it's like he's destined for all the complications of surgery. Like there was no one that went well. It was such a pathetic story, and his mommy loves him so much to the point that this lady was sleeping in the hospital on the floor. It's not like on a bare floor. The nurses there gave her a mattress, so in the night she put the mattress on the floor and she slept. This lady had to quit her job, and she was doing well in her career, according to the story she told me. She was doing so well in her career, but she had to quit her job to become her son's personal carer. Such love. Isn't that amazing? Actually, that is, I don't know, that height of love. But after the handover, I started working. Though seemingly unfortunate, but fortunate for me, I was assigned to look after this patient. So, of course, we've heard the story now in the handover. So, I've already put on my sympathetic face, see why kind of face, to throw a pity party for the lady. But to my surprise, when I went into that room to introduce myself to see my patient, because I haven't seen this patient actually, when I went into that room to see my patient, I got the shock of my life. Honestly, like what? So I was like, "Hello, good morning. My name is Juliet Jesse. I'm the nurse looking after you today. How are you? Did you sleep okay?" Those initial greetings, like to kind of make your patient comfortable and just get them. To my surprise, when I walked in, this lady did not look anything pathetic. Trust me, this woman whose child has taken the toll on, has taken over her life, in fact, did not look anything pathetic. She didn't look anything like her troubles. She didn't look pathetic. She didn't look anything like her stories. She was, in fact, you need to see her sunny disposition. It will rub off on anybody Like I was, okay, this doesn't look like what I was expecting at all. Well, so I just maintained as well. And then I got talking to her, and it wasn't long until she still downloaded the whole story to me. But then what shocked me the most was that in the course of this conversation, she told me the stories I've already told you about her child being in medical school, having an accident, his future aspirations being cut off, and how his mates have all graduated and are working and are having their best lives, and he's stuck in bed, and life has not just been fair on him, stuff like that. And that was the story. And in the middle of it, she was like, "Well, Juliet, I can't complain. It could have been worse." And I'm like, huh? What? What did you just say? Seriously? That was the shock of my life. I'm like, wow. You can't complain. It could have been worse. Wow. It came to me like it was a big shock. And that moment changed my life. And then she started narrating all the things she's thankful for. And I froze even the more. In fact, at that point, I zoomed off. When someone is talking to you and you are presently absent, that was me. I was so presently absent. Like I zoomed off into a gratitude realm. And I was like, oh my God. So people go through all this and are still thankful. Like, look at my life. It's not like I don't go through things, but I complain too much. And at that point, a gratitude spirit was awoken within me. And immediately I got an inspiration, which is what I have come here today to share with you, to launch a gratitude series. So you are highly welcome to my gratitude series. Yeah, thank you, Father. Like indeed, God has been so faithful. And if you look well, if you look in the right direction, you will see it. And then I went ahead to ask myself, what is even gratitude in the first place? And when I checked it out, because I used the word a lot and I think I knew what it meant, but then I got a deeper meaning from it. The Cambridge Dictionary defined gratitude as a deep feeling of appreciation to somebody for something they've done to help you or they've done for you. That is gratitude. It's a feeling and it's deep and it's in appreciation. Gratitude can also be defined as feeling thankful for the things you have in your life. That's another definition of gratitude, like thankfulness, being thankful for the things you have. But before I continue, I'll tell you some key facts about gratitude. Number one, gratitude stems from acknowledging that the things you have or the things you enjoy in your life are only a privilege, not an entitlement. Like you don't own these things. Like if you have the mindset of knowing that these things you enjoy, these things you have, that it is just a privilege. It is a privilege you have children. It's a privilege you have a roof over your head. It's a privilege you have what you have. We acknowledge it as a privilege, not as an entitlement. You become more grateful. You know, in other words, it means that people with entitlement spirits can barely or will barely appreciate things, or even if they do, they will not appreciate it as much as people who do not have entitlement spirit. Like people with entitlement spirit, they see like, oh, these things are what I am supposed to have. These are things I work so hard for. Is my right. They don't see it as a privilege. Another key fact you need to know about gratitude is that it is a feeling. Yeah, so gratitude is a feeling. It's a feeling of appreciation. You see, it's one thing to say, I am grateful. Oh, I appreciate this. I appreciate that. It's another thing again, to really feel that gratitude. You know what I mean? To really feel that appreciation. For example, it's a different thing to say, oh, thank you, Juliet. And it's also an entirely different thing to say, Juliet, thank you so much. God bless you. You don't know what you've done. Honestly, you don't know. Thank you so much. You see, these are two different ways to say thank you. One is just being said, but one is being felt. You can see from the tone of voice, from the expression, from the heart it is being said that it was actually felt. You get the point? It is one thing to say it and it's another thing to feel it. But another example is say you're eating a nice food. We have to be grateful for everything. You remember? You have to be grateful for everything. So you're eating a nice food, which is a privilege because there's so many people who don't even have food to eat. So having a nice meal, being privileged to have a nice meal is a blessing and it's something to be thankful for. And now you are having this nice meal. It is a different to say, oh, this is a nice meal. It's a different to say, oh, this grape is so nice. Hmm, this grape is nice. It's another thing to allow yourself to feel it, like feel it, you know, to actually, to actually feel it. For example, hmm, hmm, this grape is so good. Thank you, Jesus. Like I have this grape. Like you're actually feeling it. you you're allowing yourself to, feel it. And hmm, 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 this grape is nice. You may not exaggerate it this much. I'm just acting. I'm just acting. It may not be this, but you allow yourself to actually feel it. It makes all the difference. Another last thing, allowing yourself to actually feel grateful, to actually feel it, like allow your body to feel it in your body, like, oh God, thank you. You feel it like your whole body is electrifying with the feeling of gratitude. When you allow yourself to feel grateful, this have shown that it is more impactful on your overall mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And it's actually best to do both, express and feel. It's nice to say, oh, I'm grateful. To feel grateful on the inside and also say that. So it's actually best to do both. Why do you have to feel grateful? Why is it important? Studies have shown that people who are grateful, people who are thankful, have a better emotional and mental well-being. Like imagine being thankful for everything, like the little things in your life. You make a time to think about them and see them as a privilege. It's going to make you a lot happier because what gratitude does is that it takes away your focus from the things that are absent in your life or things that you don't have and put your focus on the things you actually have. And in doing that, because you are focusing on the things you have, you see reasons to be thankful and happy. And of course, you know what happiness does to you. It affects your entire being. The Bible even says it that a merry heart is what? And of course, the Bible even confirms it. A merry heart, brings healing to you. So your overall mental and physical, your overall mental and emotional well-being is improved with a gratitude spirit. Secondly, imagine that you're happy, your mental health is stable, you're happy for the little things and you're focused on the little things and not allowing yourself to be distracted by the things you don't have. It's going to, you when you go to bed at night, you're going to sleep well because something is bothering you. And it helps to build your resilience. You go like, oh, I have this and I am hopeful. Like I'm hopeful that things will fall in place, like things I don't have will come. And that keeps you positive. And studies have shown that people who are grateful people have an overall positive outlook to life. So think about it. So why not? Gratitude is a very broad subject. And if you know me well enough, if you are close to me, you know that I am big on gratitude. I am always talking about things to be thankful for. And I have learned over the years to focus on the things I have. While I am hoping and praying, and the things I don't have will happen one day. But focusing on the things I have gives me joy. Joy in the moment, to live my best life. So in order not to bore you, I have broken this gratitude series in episodes and you don't want to miss any of them. So check out the first episode of my gratitude series here and on the link below. And I hope that by the time you're done watching it, you're gonna have a change of perspective to launch into 2024 as a brand new person with a brand new mindset. And if you like this video, please kindly share to your friends and families and stay tuned with us. And till we meet again, thank you for watching and bye bye.